Installing a new column into your inlet. First, thread the column through the self-tightening column nut. Next, thread the short graphite polyamide ferrule onto the column, making sure that the narrow end of the ferrule faces away from the nut. Remember, it is important to always use a new ferrule when connecting and installing your column into your inlet to avoid potential leaks. Using good column cutting practices, score the column with a glass scribing tool or ceramic column cutter. Make sure to inspect the column for burrs or jagged edges, as this can affect the performance of your instrument and data. If burrs or jagged edges are present, score the column end again until you have made a clean cut. Slide the collar onto the column through the slit and partly screw it onto the back of the column nut. The goal here is to add slight tension to the column so that it cannot easily slide around, yet allow enough slack so that it is still free to move and adjust positioning. Measure the column to the appropriate length for the inlet you are installing the column end into. In this scenario, I'm installing into the splitless inlet and want the column to extrude between 4 to 6 millimeters from the end of the ferrule. If this was a multi-mode inlet, we would want the column to extend 14 millimeters. It is important to have the correct insertion distance to mitigate the risk of dead volume or irregular flow path for the analytes entering the column. Lock the column length into place by fully screwing on the collar to the end of the column nut. Insert the fitting into the inlet, turning until finger tight plus an additional 30 to 60 degrees. To avoid damaging the fitting, it is important to remember to never use a wrench and remove the collar after column nut installation. Over-tightening can crush the ferrule and lead to potential active sites and/or block the flow path. When you are ready, remove the collar from the column nut. This completes column installation for your inlet. If you forget to remove the collar, don't worry. Neither your chemistry nor your column will be damaged. However, you will need to reorder a new collar, as the material inside the collar will be vulcanized and unusable for future column installations. For more information on GC supplies, please visit the Agilent website.